Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about what it really takes to be a great leader. We're breaking down the 5 absolute must-have qualities that separate the good bosses from the truly exceptional leaders. And you'll see it's about so much more than just having a title. It's really about who you are as a person and the actions you take, day in and day out. So let's just jump right in with a big question. Boss versus leader. What's the real difference? I mean, think about it. We've all had bosses, right? But have we all had a true leader? Someone who does more than just manage tasks, someone who actually inspires you. So what's the secret sauce? What makes that massive difference? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. And honestly, this quote really just nails it. Leadership is not only about authority, it is about character and behavior. It's not something that's just handed to you with a corner office. Nope, it's something you have to build from the inside out through who you are and how you act. That is our foundational idea for this entire conversation. Okay, so to make this super clear, let's think about building something, like a house. Every great building needs an absolutely rock-solid foundation, right? Well, leadership is no different. And for a leader, that foundation is all about character. We're going to start with the 2 essential building blocks. The first, and maybe the most important part of that foundation, the absolute bedrock, is integrity. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Just be honest and trustworthy. But whoa, the impact is huge. Seriously, without integrity, you're building on sand. The whole thing is just going to fall apart. And here's the thing about integrity, it's not just a passive trait. It's an active force. It's what builds that deep trust that makes your team actually want to follow you. It creates this stable, safe space where everyone feels like they can take risks and really shine. All right, so our foundation of integrity is poured and set. Now, what's the first big block we put on top? It's confidence. This is what gives the whole structure its strength, what makes it able to handle the storms and the pressure that are definitely going to come. But we need to be super clear on this one. Confidence is not arrogance. They are miles apart. A truly confident leader, they make the tough calls, they steer the ship. An arrogant boss, on the other hand, just shuts everyone down and points fingers when things go wrong. See the difference? One protects the team, the other attacks it. Okay, the foundation's solid, we've got integrity and confidence. Now it's time to put up the framework. This is all about how you connect with your people, the walls and beams of your leadership house, so to speak. And the number one part of that framework is communication. I'm talking about clear communication. If you don't have it, your team is basically flying blind, just guessing what to do. But when communication is strong, everyone's on the same page. They know the goal and they know the why behind it. So if communication is the walls, then empathy is the windows. It's what lets you see out and lets the light in. It's about actually understanding where your team is coming from, what they're feeling, what challenges they're up against. It turns you from a talking head into a real partner. And when you put those 2 together, clear communication and real empathy, wow, the result is so powerful. You create this genuinely supportive environment. And that is the kind of place where people feel safe enough to be creative, to take smart risks, and to do their absolute best work. So let's recap. We've got our foundation of character, we've got our framework of connection, but there's one more crucial piece, the keystone, the one piece at the very top of the arch that holds the whole thing together and makes it unbelievably strong. And that keystone, it's responsibility. It's all about taking accountability, not just when things go great, but especially when they go wrong. When a leader stands up and says, "My fault, here's how we'll fix it," that single act proves their integrity and locks in every ounce of trust they've built. All right, let's put it all together. Let's step back and look at the structure we've just built. Because when you see how all 5 of these qualities work in harmony, you see what makes a leader truly effective. So here it is, all laid out. Your character is built on integrity. That's your trust and confidence, which lets you make those tough decisions. Then you've got your connection to people through communication for clarity and empathy for support. And the final piece, the action that ties it all up, is responsibility. That guarantees accountability. You see how they all lock together? It's a system. If you take away just one thing today, I hope it's this. This quote is probably the most hopeful part of this whole conversation. Leadership isn't some secret gift that only a few people are born with. Not at all. It's a skill. And just like playing an instrument or learning to code, it's something you can develop with practice and experience. Anyone can. So I'll leave you with this final question to think about for yourself. Looking at these 5 qualities, which one are you going to start working on today? Which one will be your first step? Thanks so much for joining this explainer.